It's been 5 years since any sort of iteration from God of War series has graced our television screens. Cue to 2018 and Kratos is back, and this time he's carrying some serious baggage. A child. Since previous installments, Kratos has somehow found himself in a Nordic universe, and he has a kid. Not only will you directly control some of the combat abilities of Kratos, but his son too. A series like God of War rarely flies under the radar, and hype around this newest addition to the franchise has been massive. But how does it play? Well, we're gonna tell you. I mean, it's a review after all. That's why you clicked on this video. Let's just get started. God of War is visually breathtaking. Having drawn inspiration from a much lighter, wholesome palette, reminiscent of, say, The Last of Us or Horizon Zero Dawn, those are not the only comparisons it draws from those games either. The conversations between Kratos and his son Atreus remind me a lot between Joel and Ellie. Even in those early hours, this game has me caring about the characters, which is something I think is so important in a narrative-driven game.
I don't personally come from a background of playing the God of War series, which I guess for some could be seen as an advantage when it comes to analysing the game and its characters. But having done a bit of research and looking back at old footage of the games, I think this edition goes a long way towards humanising Kratos. The relationship between him and his son may portray Kratos as hard and unreasonable, but in reality his intentions are to prepare his son for the dangerous world which they've found themselves inhabiting.
Kratos does seem somewhat wiser and more weathered too. He's got a nice hipster beard to try to hide it, but we see right through you, Kratos. In previous iterations, Kratos was massively overdramatic, lifting up lids of chests like he was Link on steroids. Now he just doesn't have time. He's old. He simply just punches through the chest. Like a savage still, but with a lot less flair.
On a potentially more interesting note, something that became apparent for me early on is that you're just going to want to explore and then explore some more. If you're a completionist or a trophy enthusiast like myself, you're really going to enjoy the benefits of taking your time and just searching every nook and cranny. The beauty of God of War is that, there's just a plethora of content, all of which is going to help grant you some sort of benefit. The collectibles are tied to experience, and obviously experience is tied to purchasing new skills, which are going to make your time in combat a little bit easier. That's going to be a necessity, especially if you're playing on one of the harder difficulties.
Like a true gamer.
The menus are slick, and there's definitely a wealth of information to process, but I personally find that figuring all of that out is part of the fun. Customization's well implemented, and it gives you the ability to change the appearance of the outfits worn by both Kratos and Atreus. These outfits offer a variety of different styles, and they grant you different advantages in the game. The bestiary, your quests, the lore, and all of the game's notebook in effect is written by your son, and this is a nice touch because it breaks the text down and it doesn't make it too complex. I mean, we all like a bit of lore, but when I'm playing a game I don't necessarily want to read 14 pages of trivial information. I mean, I'm probably going to forget it 10 minutes later.
The game's difficulty scales really well. If you just want the story for the sake of having a story, it's a breeze like all the other previous God of War games. If you want some Dark Souls hard difficulty, it's there. I really appreciate that they changed how the combat works and creating a lot more precision and skill in it rather than just a hack and slash style game. Nothing particularly is wrong with those types of games, but the heaviness of this combat feels more rewarding than previous versions did. Oh yes, suck it weird skeleton thingy.
Actually Zeo, I think you'll find it's called a jogger.
Whatever, it's dead now.
The upgrade system in the game feels progressive and exactly how you'd want it to feel. You're going to find materials from chests and boss kills, and they're going to enable you to upgrade your weapons, further unlocking more skills that are obviously going to ultimately make your combat experience that little bit more fluid. You'll use the experience you've gained from fighting and your collectibles and all that sort of stuff to purchase these skills. I'm not going to get too much into the details of the workings of this because personally I think obviously a big portion of the enjoyment is working this stuff out for yourself, but being able to upgrade and improve upon two characters is definitely a welcomed addition.
So there you have it. This is the review for God of War. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Give us a thumbs up and leave a comment down below what your favorite parts of God of War are. I'm Zeo from ZeoPlays.
And I'm CraigyXO.
If you would like to check out our content, we left the channel in this outro for your convenience because we're awesome like that. Make sure to support us on game as well. Hit that subscribe button.